The architecture of the Seljuk Turks combined the elements and characteristics of the Turkic architecture of Central Asia with those of Persian, Arab, Armenian and Byzantine architecture. The transition from Seljuk architecture to Ottoman architecture is most visible in Bursa, which was the capital of the Ottoman State between 1335 and 1413. Following the Ottoman conquest of Constantinople, Istanbul, in 1453, Ottoman architecture was significantly influenced by Byzantine architecture. Topkapı Palace in Istanbul is one of the most famous examples of classical Ottoman architecture and was the primary residence of the Ottoman Sultans for approximately 400 years. Mimar Sinan, c. 1489–1588, was the most important architect of the classical period in Ottoman architecture. He was the chief architect of at least 374 buildings which were constructed in various provinces of the Ottoman Empire in the 16th century. Since the 18th century, Turkish architecture has been increasingly influenced by European styles, and this can be particularly seen in the Tanzimat-era buildings of Istanbul like the Dolmabahce, Ran, Feriye, Beylerbeyi, Kukuksu, Ilamur and Yıldız palaces. The Ottoman-era waterfront houses, Yul, on the Bosphorus also reflect the fusion between classical Ottoman and European architectural styles during the aforementioned period. The first national architectural movement, Birinci Ulusal Mimarlık Akım, in the early 20th century sought to create a new architecture, which was based on motifs from Seljuk and Ottoman architecture. The movement was also labeled Turkish neoclassical or the National Architectural Renaissance. The leading architects of this movement were Vedat 1873–1942, Mimar Kemaleddin Bey, 1870–1927, Arif Hikmet Koyunlu, 1888–1982, and Giulio Mungri, 1873–1953. Notable buildings from this era are the Grand Post Office in Istanbul, 1905–1909, Tayyar Apartments, 1919–1922, Istanbul 4th Vakf Han, 1911–1926, State Art and Sculpture Museum, 1927–1930, 290 Ethnography Museum of Ankara, 1925–1928, the first Ziraat Bank headquarters in Ankara, 1925–1929, 292 the first Turkey Bankası headquarters in Ankara, 1926–1929, Babek Mosque, and Kamer Hatun Mosque.